Welcome to the CFG Game Cast, episode number 158, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers alike to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode on Fridays and release it on podcast services like Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitch Radio, Podbean, and so much more. So show us some love, give us a follow, a like, a comment, what have you on any podcast services out there, or go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, Davies Green, and with me today are my two awesome co-hosts. I got Lex in the second seat. What is going on, my cyborg?
Oh yeah, no, just normal week things. What did I do this week? That's a great question. I don't remember. I beat something. Oh, I beat Bendy and the Ink Machine. That was a great game. Oh, not Ink Machine. I'm sorry, the Dark Revival. I'd already.
Wait, is there a sequel? There's two of them?
Yeah.
There's two. It just came out. Yeah. So the first one was released, and I believe there have been 3, maybe 4 books that have come out in the Bendy timeline. And then the new one, the Dark Revival, came out. And so it's it's not just taking from the first game, but it's also taking from the books, which I appreciate. And it was really cool. I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, I think, what else did I play this week? I played Labyrinthine, of course. I always do. I can't get over that game. It's so freaking good.
I don't know how we've never played it yet. We still have not played it yet.
Labyrinthine is my new Dead by Daylight.
Wait, is Labyrinthine multiplayer? I didn't know that. We play it on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which is my group
Just
night.
never with us.
I know, I'm sorry. You can play with me tonight if you want.
How dare you?
We had like a line of people waiting to get in on Tuesday. We had a blast. It was fun. Yeah, and the rest of the week I've just been chilling. It was my bestie's birthday yesterday, so I took the night off and played Phase 10 with her. She beat me 2-1. I let her win. Yeah, and we had fun. I baked for her. I made dinner. It was a blast. And yeah, then the pharmacy ran out of my meds, so I'm extra spicy today.
Oh no.
I'm cold sweating real bad.
How long do you have to wait?
I don't know.
Hopefully it's not a long wait.
There was like a ship issue during COVID. It was before COVID. Like there was a ship in the harbor and it had like a lot of people's medication on it, mine included. And I had to wait a whole month to get it. I hope that's not like that this time because I've been on the medication for over 10 years. So going cold turkey off something is dangerous. You're not supposed to do that, especially if you have seizures.
Yeah.
If I had known they were going to be out, I would have cut my medicine in half and been fine. But yeah, the pharmacist was like, "Oh, take your seizure meds on time." I'm like, "No shit, Sherlock, you think?" They notified me that there were other people online. I'm like, "You have my script. You know that I need it every month. How do you not factor that?" Anyway, yeah. So probably 1 to 2 days I'll find out.
All right. Hey, but hey, Lex.
Yeah.
You know who would light your house on fire if you serve him a spice cake?
I do. His name is
the 5-star general of the itty bitty Smitty committee. I got Smitty in the third seat. What's going on? So, how you doing, buddy?
Doing well, my friend. It has been, this has been the first chill week I've had in some time, so it was quite nice. I've been grinding away at God of War Ragnarok. Gosh, damn, that game is good. That game is so good.
Okay, is it crazy to me to say specifically? Is it like it might be hitting Last of Us levels of storytelling? To be honest with you. I've never seen I thought I would never see a game like that come close to it, but this game is powerful.
The fact that it's a God of War, think about the old God of Wars where you're just going around slicing things up and doing all that stuff. For them to then flip the strip, we go into, because I love the Greek mythology and the Greek gods and all that, to then kind of do like this, not even really a reboot. It just essentially went down the timeline further in the future. And now we're dealing with these Norse gods, and just the story that they've built behind it is so good. And it just basically takes from that first one and continues, and then again, I'm still working my way through it, but so far what I've done, gameplay, everything about it, this is hands down, I feel like my game of the year, and no question, it's just such a beautiful game. Obviously that, and then I've been playing Overwatch 2 because I'm a scrub, and I can't stop playing it. I'm addicted to that, and I'm addicted to Marvel Snap. I'm addicted to Marvel
really?
Snap. The games are so quick. They're easy. They're fun. They're characters you're familiar with. Everything about that game, you know what I mean? Like literally the games are like a couple minutes or a few minutes, you know, at best. And I don't typically play mobile games, but it's definitely gotten my attention. I stopped playing the other Marvel game that I was playing because I can't stop playing Marvel Snap.
Okay, you know what? Like, you know, it's funny, I actually just reached out to see if we could get sponsored on with that with Marvel, their group for that. So,
there it is. That's the pitch.
I think Adam
Take that clip.
too.
Take that clip and send it over.
It's like, kids, I'm playing Marvel Snap. I'm like, there's this dude that likes nothing but two things: Marvel Snap and a shit ton of spice cakes. Give him both, and he'll be yours.
It'll be great. Yeah,
it'll be great.
Fantastic.
Trust me, it's hilarious. But no, that's good. No, I've heard nothing but good things about Marvel Snap. I don't play phone games, so I don't know. But but I did watch it. I watch people play it, and it does seem like it's a fast 5-minute game, so I'm cool with that.
It's on Steam now too.
Oh, it's on Steam now?
It's on Steam now. Absolutely. I installed it on there, and you can connect your accounts. I haven't done it yet, but
what's the microtransaction? What's the microtransactions on that? That's what I was going to
your typical microtransactions for resources to like upgrade cards and things like that. You can't outright buy cards though, I don't believe. But you get them as you progress through like their battle pass or whatever. It opens up more cards, and you'll get a random card that you can then add to your deck. And then I don't know if there's a limitation on how many decks you can build. Excuse me, but it is a ton of it is a ton of fun. Sorry, I laughed because Dustin Chat had to. Yeah.
I don't play Marvel Snap, but I do play Raid Shadow Legends. Use code HATAMALE for 50 free Smitty Facebook summons.
Oh my
there
god!
It is. What about you, man? How's your week been, brother?
It's been really annoying, actually. You know what happened? Okay, so like,
I'm ready for this. Go for it.
Well, it's funny because it's weird. So like, yes, I was playing Pokemon with Violet because like I finished the game. Then I wanted to. Then I was like, you know what? I want to finish the Pokedex. I was thinking the Pokedex was like 150 Pokemon, like it was in the originals, or 200. This thing is 400 Pokemon in just one of the games. So like I finally finished it, and I'm like, okay, let me get back into finishing Final Fantasy 12 before I start messing around with the new Final Fantasy that comes out next week. Then I get a thing in the mail, and then automatically it says it's saying that I am getting audited. I'm getting audited for my taxes from 2017.
What?
Yeah, and I was like, what? It's like, I don't even remember what I was doing like 3 months, like 3 days ago. You're telling me from 5 years ago that you're telling me this? You're just now doing it? So I immediately
biggest fears.
Yeah, I know, right? I called the IRS, and then they're like, and you know what makes it worse? Because like, dude, like, the thing that gave me a heart attack was that like I get the email, I get the letter, because they don't do anything email, for heaven forbid, to make it easier. I get the letter, and then like saying, hey, you're so and so. We're needing to. We're seeing. We're auditing you for this year. If you want us to take care of the audit, just send us this much money, and it's like $12,000, and I'm just like $12,000. Yeah, and I'm like from 2017. Yeah, so I'm freaking out, and then I'm like, okay, let me call them up. Like I had to wait an hour to kind of calm down and be like, okay, let me call them up. So I call them up, and then they're like, okay, no, that's just the amount if you just decide to let us do it, randomly. If you do it yourself, then it's substantially lower. And I'm like, substantially lower? So I had a friend to take a look at my. Like I somehow had all that. I don't even know how. Maybe I was drunk or something, but I had all the information from 2017. I still had it. So
at least 7 years.
So they gave it to me. Man. Yeah, he gave it. And so he did the thing, and he's like, Davis, you owe like $500.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, they're asking for 12,000. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. We'll do it for you. We'll file it for you. You don't even have to worry about it. Just give us $12,000.
Yeah, I was like, okay. It's like, oh my god. Yeah, so I So I sent the cashier's check, took care of it, and then made sure that they CC me, let me know when they get it. So I was like, that's why I was late today, by the way, because I had to go. I went to the UPS. I went to the UPS store,
and the UPS line.
Yeah, I'd stay in line for this nonsense. So that but God, it was crazy. So that I was like, that really took me out of the gaming mood for the rest of the week for the most part. But I was glad I took care of it. Don't have to worry about it again. I'm waiting for my TV to come in the mail so we can mount it. I got the lights in, so I'm going to do the same thing, kind of like what you did, Smitty.
Yeah.
Which I do
nice.
I do have a question though. So can you plug the lights directly into your TV, or do you have to use the power switch on the back of it and plug it into an outlet? You know what
I just use the power thing. I haven't even tried plugging it directly in.
Plug it directly into your TV, because you could have eventually, because then it's pulling power from your TV, and it could kill your TV.
Well, no, but it's using a USB. But if it's connected through the USB port, it's using through a different kind of power source. Is that using the direct power?
The only USB I would ever say to plug into your TV is like the Amazon, what's it called, Fire Stick. Anything else, I wouldn't, just because you never know if it's gonna. You could have some power flow issues, and then it could fry your TV, and I would just not risk it. I know it's just LED lights, but it might not be worth it in the long run.
I need to like have them see that they would need to trail the power supply down, or the power cable down through the wall, because they're wall mounting them and they're hiding the cable, everything.
Yeah.
So
wait, what?
It's a clean deal.
Yeah, they're gonna hide all the cables through the wall.
They're hiding the cables through the wall. So
I remember you saying something about that. So that's why you're asking about the lights?
Yeah, that's what I was asking about the lights, because like I don't want to have like a cable coming down from the back of the television to the outlet. But like if they need to, they'll need to hide that behind the wall too. So
they probably will just do it for free. They'll just feed it through. It's not a big deal.
Yeah,
there's a hole there anyway. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like they got to pull those cables through at some point.
Oh no, they're making a hole. They're actually. I know. Those things. They're
making a hole for sure.
About it.
Are they gonna put like a plate or something over it?
Yeah, they are. They're gonna put a plate. Well, the TV's gonna hide the box. Hole. Yeah. The box, and then but then they're going to make another hole that's going to follow the HDMI cables, because I've been having them trail 4 HDMI cables into the wall as well. So we'll see. So yeah.
My worry is, like, if you get a power surge, I don't know what the kickback would be from the lights if they're plugged into the TV. Make sense?
Yeah. I mean, it's LED lights. It's not pulling a lot of power, anyways. So it's not like I don't think that it's not like it's going to be hit. It's going to be like I
would double check on their website, maybe.
Let's see. Ravage says that this is that's get a second opinion. Yeah, definitely got that second opinion. Yeah, and Lava Girl. I always say Lava Girl, but Las Vegas Girl 85. Plug my kids into the TV. Granted, they are crappy $100 Roku TVs, though. I don't know if I'd be expensive TV, $30 worth of LEDs.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. I mean, we'll see. But yeah, we'll definitely see. I'll see what my options are. If I do, then we'll go with the best.
I would just run it. I wouldn't want to risk, especially with the TV, because his TV is quite expensive. Personally, I wouldn't risk that. Yeah, like I'm gonna go with
this
what
TV
the direction says.
Yeah, this TV is the most expensive I have ever spent on any television in my life.
And Ravage, you're right. We do plug our kids into the TV.
I just heard I plug my kids into the TV. Yep.
Time to jack in, little Billy.
It's like, okay, guys.
It's like that Shel Silverstein poem about how his head turns into a TV because he watches it too much.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I still remember Ickle Me, Pickle Me, Tickle Me too. You're welcome.
I don't know what that is, but we'll go on to that. But I know we're going to be talking. I don't want to be talking about how to mount TVs and getting it serviced correctly. So let's go through the normal rigmarole that we like to do each and every week. So each of us chooses a topic of discussions of the world of video games from the previous week. The topic would or could be a game itself or something that happened in the gaming industry, and we don't want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We want you, the listeners and viewers, on twitch.tv/CFG Games to be a part of the conversation. So if there's something you wanted to chime in about, or if you're wanting to talk or have your opinion about something that we're talking about, we we encourage you to go on our chat, type it inside the chat. We will discuss it with you live while we are on the air. So let's get this party started. I am going to go first. So I'm going to talk about Nintendo again. Well, Nintendo again. Not about. Not gonna be talking about the
you're
Pokemon.
hitting the quota, son.
I'm not gonna get stick. Yeah, no, right? 2 weeks in a row, but it's two different things with Nintendo. You know what? You know what would be nice though? It's just like they just need to give us clarification. That's just what it just needs, the straight up clarification on this, because this is what. Okay, basically, here's what happened. There is a Smash World Tour tournament that the company Panda Global was going to be performing. They were going to be doing in December of this year. So Smash World Tour has been promoting this. This wasn't like come out of nowhere. They got a good amount of money for prizes. I believe it was either between $250,000 to $300,000 worth of prizes, of cash prize, at the event. They had people setting up for it. They got the venue. They were going. They basically did all the work on this, and they were really hyped to be to get this sent out. But lo and behold, because this is not a new thing with Nintendo themselves, Nintendo pushed a cease and desist on Thanksgiving. I want to say Thanksgiving Eve to the Smash World Tour group. Because of that cease and desist, Smash World Tour canceled their this world-class tournament. Now, a little bit of background from this. Then Smash World Tour was pushing to make this to be the exclusive, like an exclusive tournament for Smash players, for Smash Melee and or I want to say Melee and Ultimate players. So they were pushing to try to get the go through the right channels, trying to make sure everything was going to go straight and get this. But apparently there was they're claiming it's a failure of communications between both camps, but for the most part, Panda Global is pissed off, as well as they should be. But then again, it's a weird situation. I am more angrier at Nintendo because this isn't a new thing for Nintendo to do for this specific community. They have some sort of thing like there is like no love lost of how much that Nintendo does not like the professional players of the Smash community, and really it boggles my mind on why. I understand that the game was meant for, like, you know, this was a casual game, this is a family game and stuff, but if people want to take it to a next level, you're basically like punishing them to say, hey, this game is not supposed, we didn't make this game to play for serious players, but so stop doing that. We're not going to support this if we're going to if you keep on trying to make this serious play. But they go out of their way to let the community know that they are so they're so against this that they are just canceling. They are making like weird, crazy like stances on stopping these communities to come together to play a game that they like to no end. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me overall. So like I mean, technically Capcom, Namco Bandai, any fighting game community could do what Nintendo is doing, but they do not, because they like the community is all about, you know, coming together and just supporting this kind of stuff. But Nintendo is is being Nintendo, doing their own separate thing. They're just being out of the way to being a bunch of dicks about this. It's so I kind of want to I'll go in a little bit deeper on like what's going on with Panda Global here in a minute, but I just want to get y'all's opinions on what y'all are experiencing on this, what y'all's thoughts were on it.
I don't play Smash. I can't see it well enough to play. So I feel like I'm always just taking up space for someone else to play when, you know, I've ever played it at a party, where friends are. But it's almost as if Smash is mad that they didn't think of the idea themselves, but are too lazy to then execute it, and then monetize and capitalize on it themselves. I'm so confused by it because originally I was under the impression that Panda had licensing until 2023, but then got notice from Nintendo that they didn't. So I misunderstood somewhere. I don't know. It don't, like I said, it almost feels like they have some sort of vendetta because they didn't think of the idea themselves first. Does that make sense?
Well, they don't want to be. Well, Nintendo doesn't want to even mess around with this in that field of professional play whatsoever. So I don't think it's a matter of them like not having the idea, but rather they just don't want to support the community of people who want to make
to play
Ticket
at
to
that
another
level.
Exactly.
I guess they want you to sit in your living room and beat your 10-year-old over and over and make them cry. So, I mean, by all means, Smitty, what do you think?
It's just weird, and I don't know. You know, I feel like it almost feels like it's a personal thing, and I don't know who personally over there, but I mean, because they do things for like Splatoon, and again, a lot of their stuff, if they're going to do something like this, they want it within their own ecosystem, or they're going to be a part of it somehow, or, you know, they're going to be calling the shots. So these are essentially, and you know, this is a long storied history in terms of Smash and the volatility between tournaments and it being an esport, it not being an esport, it being featured in different events, or it being taken away. You know, they've got this big thing planned. I would say to the company that planned this, I don't know what their contract looked like or what kind of impression they were under, if they were operating under the impression of, hey, we've got the go ahead from Nintendo to do this, or if they were like, hey, we're going to do this, and, you know, if they're going to stop us, they're going to stop us. It's hard for me to say it. I guess that, you know, David's going to give us more detail here in a second with that company, but it never made sense to me why they wouldn't support this community and support what they're trying to do. But again, it all kind of feels weird because, like, you don't have any kind of, like, you could totally do like some sort of like Mario Kart, like World Cup Nintendo, you know, blah, blah, blah. But you don't ever see things like that. You'll see like local tournaments and things like that. But like Nintendo never really has leaned towards having that like uber competitive thing. And if there is something competitive, it's always kind of been within their own ecosystem. Everything external of it, you know, has kind of just been somebody else doing their own thing, and Nintendo is not a giant to play around with when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I think this is the case though, because this is basically what it is. Because like, this is a little bit it's a little misleading, but bear with me here. So it's not really okay. So the drama between Nintendo and Panda Global is not just those two. It's another company that was in charge of a thing called the Video Game Boot Camp. So what Video Game Boot Camp was doing was that the Video Game Boot Camp claimed that they got approval from Nintendo to be able to perform in it. This wasn't a tournament or any sort, but rather this was an approved Nintendo function that they were allowing them to use Smash Brothers into it. Smash World Tour was another group that was saying that they were pushing to wanting to be the exclusive for like the most serious Smash players to do the tourney over it. So, but what ended up happening, Smash World Tours, which is Panda Global, did not have the license to go with Nintendo themselves directly. Now, Video Game Boot Camp knew that they didn't have it, and they did warn them about like saying, hey, you need to try to get this the licensing from Nintendo, and they also let Nintendo know that another company was trying to do this big tournament without their licensing. So whatever time that Nintendo like came in, Nintendo reacted saying no, you can't, to Panda Global, and Panda Global was kind of sidewinded on this, because technically when they got the cease and desist, it was 2 weeks before the tournament was going to start. So this was crazy. This was all. It was messed up. So technically, basically, it's kind of like Video Game Boot Camp tattled on Panda, and Panda is pissed off at Video Game Boot Camp, and Nintendo is also pissed off at Video Game Boot Camp and Panda because they didn't get the full story towards all of this. So that's what. Yeah. So that's what's really messed up. So, but
they also told them.
Yeah, but the situation shouldn't even been this confusing if they had an issue with these licensing. The problem is Nintendo's licensing agreements are so whack. It's not even funny. Like towards this, and like and how little that they have like that they support the Smash community in general. It's amazing that they would they waited this long for them to even say something. It's just a mess. It's just a giant mess.
I mean, as a company though, if you're not doing your due diligence and making sure that you have the correct licensing and whatnot, that's on you. That is 100% on you. And I'm not going to take a possible competitor's word. Well, hold on. They should have taken their word because they told them, hey, dude, you need to make sure you get the correct licensing for this. Because essentially, I mean, the way I see it, I guess, with that other company is like, look, dude, like, I have to report to Nintendo that this company is doing this. If they don't want to sully their own reputation and their own relationship with Nintendo, then I have to say something. I am giving you the professional courtesy to let you know you do not have the correct licensing for this. You need to do something about it because I gotta say something. This is my warning you. Beef. So I feel like
I think those two had beef between each other though.
Okay, because, there may be beef between each other, but they told them. They told them, and they didn't do anything about it. They moved forward with it, and they did not do their
I think they tried because, like, what ended up even happening is that Video Game Boot Camp didn't like Nintendo also stripped off of their the Video Game Boot Camp's licensing for what they were going to do too.
They said we're doing everybody.
They just said it's like, okay, I'm gonna take my games and I'm going home. You know, that kind of stuff. So I'm just saying this is I'm saying overall, normally if you're going to talk about courtesy, like you know, professional courtesy, that you're going to do this, then yeah. But at the same time, you don't should be going in their business and to be hitting up Nintendo's like telling on another company because like telling them that's like, oh yeah, this company's doing this behind. But I mean,
if somebody Hold on, you say that, but in a business world, and with close relations and people talking and stuff, I can assume, I think knowledgeably that these people are going to know at some point in time that I've had a conversation with these people or whatever. And then they're going to look at me sideways being like, well, why didn't you say anything to us? Now I've hurt my reputation with that brand. So I have to say something because they are going to figure that out. They will put the pieces together. So you also have to save your own ass as well and make sure that you're protecting yourself. But they did their part in saying, hey, dude, these aren't the correct licenses for this. You might want to take a look at that and say something to them. And they didn't do it. And then they're like, ooh,
see,
they stripped away our tournament.
But I don't know if they were actively, see, I guess the real question is like, I don't know if they were actively still trying, you know, I mean, like trying to get it or not, or what hoops and hurdles, because right now, from what they're saying is that like, cause like Panda is saying that they're, what's it called? Panda is trying to clap back, saying at Nintendo, saying like what is going on with like y'all's lack of license, like the lack of licensing, because they were trying to go through the communicate. I mean, they from what
they got burned too. At this point, they got nothing to lose.
From what I gathered is that they were trying to get the licensing, but they didn't. They never got it, but they were still. I mean, and to your point, I totally agree. Like, how would you want it? How are you like organizing a tournament, not having the licensing, and then come to find out like that you feel like you have egg on your face when they did pull it out under you when they're saying give a cease and desist, because you're totally right. It's definitely on their side, their fault too. But like, I don't know, like it just seems very crazy. it's very wholeheadedly crazy on this drama that I feel like it should not have been this dramatic. You know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it didn't have to be.
I agree.
Oh, that's so freaking. I'm sorry. It's like that spice cake is not gonna go. It's not gonna go away anytime soon.
Just like Mr. Magoo. What happened?
It's not, you're the one that's bringing that up every time.
I'm not gonna let y'all forget it. I don't get the joke, but I think it's funny. So what happened?
But it's just funny. But like, no, but I don't know, man. Like, I just think that there's a lot of failed services here on all sides. Don't get me wrong.
It sucks that Nintendo won't allow them to do that thing, dude. Especially with that community and the stuff that like. It sounds like a pain, and that's why you don't like really see it, because it sounds like a pain to even be able to set up a tournament. You know,
it's a non-starter. No,
right?
They've never done it. That's because they don't want to do it. Like, and the irony of all this is that Nintendo's issuing a statement saying that they are for the community of Smash. It's like, no, you're not. You're clearly not.
If they're stopping them from doing that,
right?
Yes.
Right? Because that's what the community's asking for. Hello.
Right.
Nintendo has like, and it's funny because this is from a Kotaku article. Nintendo came back with another statement selling Kotaku over email that it cares about their Super Smash Brothers fans and its community very much. And it said that the decision was solely based on our assessment of the proposals submitted by the Smash World Tour and our evaluation of the unlicensed activities. So theoretically, yeah, I think they already had the out on this company. And don't get me wrong, I think Panda Global, I think that's really shady business or whatever they're doing towards this this whole situation, because like it doesn't make sense on all the stuff that they were going through with it, and then I wouldn't trust it. But like at the same time, this makes Nintendo even worse though too, because I mean, like they're still on a, like, what is the limit? Like what are they wanting? Like what would make them say yes, we want to have an official Smash Brothers tournament on Nintendo side?
Here's what I think is funny, and you read it verbatim. They said that they didn't have the correct licensing. However, it seems you can't even get that licensing. So why even bring that point up? Because it's moot at this point. I don't. Oh, you didn't have the correct licensing. You don't offer it, right? That's what we mean. Like, that's just, you know what I mean? Like,
is that what's happening? You can't acquire a license for the correct license?
No. Not for Smash Brothers. Because like, look at it this way.
They don't want to give it out. It's their propriety. Yeah. They're like, no, we want this to be family friendly. You beat your child.
Yeah, why not just say no?
Suck it up. Yeah.
Smitty, if Evo took out Smash because Nintendo said they didn't want to give it to Evo,
right?
Like you're telling me like
they're not gonna give it to nobody.
What's the limit? Yeah, what's going to be the limit at that point? Like to say it is like you're telling me like this group from Panda so and so is going to say have something more than what Evo is, the biggest fighting game tournament in the US.
That's and think of it this way too. I guarantee you these companies are coming with high numbers to Nintendo saying, we'll give you this much money to let us have a licensing agreement with you so we can use it in our program for our esports. And they say no. So I don't know if it's worth, like they're thinking that the money is just not worth it. But I don't think they care at this point, because I'm pretty sure people have come back with higher and higher bids, and they keep saying no. So
it's beyond the money. It's beyond money. It's beyond money.
I feel like this opens the market up, though. This opens the market for one of those multiverses or something else to be able to come over and make a ton of money doing tournaments and all that stuff, huh?
It's not like they're not trying. I mean, remember Multiverses had a $2 million pot at Evo this year.
At Evo, yeah. It fell off hard though, I feel like. Is anybody even talking about that anymore? Is anybody
barely talking? Dude,
I know.
that, like, I'd say it's the genre of Smash, like whatever you classify as what Smash Brothers is, must be a very difficult genre to be relevant, because like, come on, like there's a lot of those kind of games out there, but still people just naturally gravitate back to Smash. That's just how it normally is. Even though Multiverses was fun as hell, I love playing.
I know. Yeah.
even
Yeah,
as
it's just,
adults,
what's it
we're
called?
very kid-like in the when someone tells us no and we want that thing, we're going to continue to go after it. So, it's one company after another going up saying, okay, we'll give you this much money. No, next company.
Mhm.
I bet we can offer them something better. They offer. No. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the adult version of I want that toy and mom won't buy it for me. Right.
I don't know.
So then it makes it more tangible and there's more of a demand. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't think this is a matter of monetary value to them. This seems more like a moral.
I agree on that. This is somebody in their office has put their foot down and says, absolutely not.
I won't do this shit unless it's this way.
We don't.
But I mean, Nintendo, they don't have any kind of esports thing though either. They is that as a company maybe they don't believe it.
They could do that. They don't want to.
They choose not to do it. But then at the same time though, I usually kind of point out maybe more. It may be more kind of people. It may be more people, but but I know it's definitely like Sakurai, the creator of Smash, did not intend to make this a competitive fighting game. He knows that it was because that's why there were certain things that he did in Smash Brothers Brawl that tried to make it curb people's mentality. I think the worst thing, the worst thing that they introduced in that was slipping. Remember, you could misfire on an ability and you could just fall randomly, and it's all 100% chance. It's just he went out of his way to code something in his own game to discourage professional pros to play this game. I'm just like, wow, you really hate this community.
Why? I don't understand that. That is crazy.
It doesn't make sense. It's people now it'd be a different story.
Has anybody interviewed him about this?
Oh, I'm pretty
sure. We
need
to have him on the show.
Good luck on that. I would love to. It'd be yeah. So why? That would be the first question. It's why are you? What happened? It's oh my God. But we'll see, dude. Overall, this is crazy drama community. I think in a way, I think Nintendo does. I will say it looks bad on Nintendo's side a lot. I will say I'd still think it's really more Nintendo's issue of having a non-existent license for this game essentially. And but they do have a leg to stand on, because I do say Panda Global's a little shady in my opinion too, to kind of have that support for Smash 2, especially with all the back end drama that's happening behind all of this. But I mean, but still, Smash, just get off the pedestal. Just let people play the freaking game and not worry about it. Why do people care about the mechanic? It's just so crazy that it's that where we're at right now.
It almost makes me wonder if the person who created the game, right? Because every company has a mission statement, yeah. So think about it this way: it's almost religious to me, is how it comes off. I wonder if whatever religion that person followed I'm going off topic, sorry, that follows has that ingrained that competitiveness is not good for your soul in a sense. Does that make sense? And that's why they're refusing. So it doesn't matter if money is offered. It doesn't matter if thousands of hundreds of people want to play it like this. It's against their moral code. Do you know what I mean? That's what it's feeling like. It doesn't matter about the money. It doesn't matter about anything. This is a moral code, and they're going to stick by it and stand by it, and that's that. Yeah, it's how it comes off to me. I don't know.
So how does something like this happen, though? Because they had Ludwig had an invitational out here in Vegas, and how does that work then?
They have no F's given because literally that's every time
legally
when there's an event for Smash, or there's some sort of tournament or something like that for Smash, it's never Nintendo's not a part of it. They're never a part of it. They everything gets pushed by whoever created it themselves. It's always all local stuff. So they may have not even gone. They probably just what said. They definitely probably did it illegally. But not. It's not ever going to be the professional level. I mean, that's to their risk. They're risking it. For them to say whatever.
Right.
But whatever. I didn't even know Ludwig played like that. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, this happened not too long ago. They had an invitational out here. I totally forgotten about that. Yeah. Yep. I was like, well, how does that work then?
Well, we'll see.
Nintendo hates Smash people.
Yeah, Nintendo hates Smash people when you have.
That's
Mike
a
Myers on the
TLDR.
side right there. TLDR. It's like, that's in our conclusion. This is why Nintendo hates black people. All right, man.
Holy shit! Oh my gosh!
I bet Smash people.
Yo, Davis is getting disappeared for sure. Davis is getting disappeared.
Oh my
for
God.
sure.
He's not going to be around much longer.
You can't say that about Nintendo, dude.
I did not mean that, Nintendo.
Nintendo
Please don't.
hates
Please don't
black
make
people.
me Please don't make me disappear. Nintendo hates Smash people.
Yo, dude.
Oh no, that was a slip of the tongue. Oh no.
Oh,
Wow, that's crazy.
He said it. I didn't.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Oh no. No,
Lord.
no. Don't take that out of context. Don't anyone dare.
Somebody please
Don't
clip
you
that.
edit it out. Don't you edit this out. Don't you dare. I'm going to listen next week.
No, in our luck, we raid someone that's on the official Nintendo account, and it happens again of like when we raided that one dude.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah. Lex, you're up. What are you bringing to the table?
Guess what? I'm talking about Nintendo, sort of. So Nintendo adjacent. The new Mario movie. I hope you have all seen the first trailer. Because spoiler alert, we're going to show the second trailer. So. I love this article's headline. Losers are complaining the Mario movie is woke because of Rainbow Road. So,
What?
yeah, I don't even play Mario. I know that there is.
Sense.
Yeah. Oh, just wait. I know that in Mario Kart there is a level called, let's say it together, Rainbow Road. Yes,
Road.
thank you. Okay,
Every Mario Kart has has a Rainbow Road.
For like the last million years.
Do they all have them? Okay, well now shut up.
Like
I haven't played them all,
the
so
last
you should.
million years. Okay, now people are watching this new trailer and seeing the Rainbow Road being put on it, and then it like literally tweeting about it. I hate how woke it is, and that Peach is a girl boss. Okay, first off, shut your face. Leave Peach alone.
I don't know
what is a girl boss?
Twitter? Yeah, what's a girl boss? I'm not familiar.
So, okay, and I quote, disgusting how they had to include woke pride flag nonsense in regards to the Rainbow Road being shown on the trailer, which we all knew at some point it was going to be on there. So either this person is clearly out of the loop and doesn't play anything Mario related. Yeah. But they claim in an earlier tweet that they do. So then you're just outing yourself as an idiot, in my opinion. Thank you. But people do not like that Peach is all boss girl. I lost my place. How rude. Because she's shown.
Oh, because she's not a damsel in distress.
Thank you. She's not a damsel in distress. And because of that, they're upset because she's shown outside of her dress wearing a pantsuit ready to kick butt because Bowser's coming, right? And I'm not
pantsuits piss people off for some reason.
I know.
First off, that is her Mario Kart outfit. So don't even
right.
He's talking about. Yeah. That's her racing outfit for all the Mario Karts ever since the 3D Mario Karts. So that there's that. Two. What are you smoking? If you're saying that that you've played them before, that you didn't know, but you clearly are lying because if you don't know what Rainbow Road is,
right?
You don't know the history of Rainbow Road, and you don't know and then you're upset that Peach is a boss girl. Does that kind of make you think that you're quite like what's it called? You're definitely against just women outside of the kitchen,
basically
kind of situation. It's freaking. I mean, that's the vibes I'm getting. My God. Yeah. That's crazy.
Well, not only that, but that kind of antiquated, archaic thinking. This is an animated film. Why are you upset? Why? Right. Why are you upset? This is, you know what I mean? Like, I get it, whatever. Like, who cares? I know me personally, and that's something like, it's way more dynamic for her to be, involved, an actual character, as opposed to the original Mario, where it was just some woman that was captured by Bowser, and we were a plumber trying to, Like, this is way more in depth than that. I don't understand why that would even upset anyone. The Rainbow Road thing is absolutely ridiculous. Clearly, that person has never played a Mario game or a Mario Kart game in their life. Like, there's so many Easter eggs and references to the games over the years. I enjoyed it. The only thing for me that I'm still like, I'm having trouble with some of the voices. Okay, I'm gonna be real.
Okay,
I'm having trouble with some of the
voices. Wait. How
like
many
all
voices?
of them. Not all of them.
All the
Bowser's
voices?
great. Bowser's fine. I think Toad's fine. Mario, Luigi, and I love Charlie Day and Princess. They all and Princess it's more like
Princess Peach. I like her voice.
I think that's where it's getting kind of, because like that's kind of that, like that is the same voice in like every. We have a female protagonist. It's always that voice. I feel like it's very much that same voice. I would have for me, I wanted more. See, for me, I wanted more. If you're going to be animated like this, then I want it cartoon animated voice accurate more so than anything. Okay. And I think that's what's getting me.
Cartoon accurate voice. Like, dude,
what do you mean?
Back to the, like, if we're talking about cartoon accurate voice, you're talking about back in the late 80s when the Super Mario Brothers Super Show was coming out after dudes with those bad dubs, man. What are you
no.
Like,
maybe not. No, I don't mean no, not that. I mean, maybe I'm talking about the game voices then. Okay, those are the characters. You're right. Those are the characters to me. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't care. Like, I'm having a hard time.
I think that's the one thing that Bowser's they have to really explain themselves for. It's like, why did they go without like I mean, Charles Martinet has been playing Mario since Mario 64 for crying out loud. And you're telling me that like that's
I'm Mario, dog.
He's not. Yeah, I know, right? He's not good enough to play a role that he's been doing for almost 30 years on the silver screen. That doesn't make any sense,
right?
And I think there would have been just as much hype had he been the original as the voice, been the voice in this as well. I think there would have been just as much hype around this movie had it not been Chris, what's his face? And also, Chris Pratt, you couldn't even do an Italian American accent. They're like, that's the only thing you say properly.
I did, yeah.
I'm gonna shove my foot up your, you know what? It pisses
I know.
me off.
What if they didn't want to what if they didn't want to go the stereotypical route because they didn't want to offend anybody? Because that could also be.
Who are you gonna offend?
I'm talking about you just literally talked about people about Rainbow Road, like people being pissed off at Rainbow Road. True. So like I'm just saying that like there's going to be people out there that's going to be like,
that's the character though. That's the character.
Yeah, no, but that's also like being. That's like trying to bring back the WB frog. I think people are offended.
That's what I'm saying.
That's just the character. What, dude?
I'm just saying that it's possible that they didn't want to do that. That they didn't want to do that. Wow, you're making this thing really bad. But like they didn't want to. Like they just didn't want to. Like make waves.
I think you're right. You're right, dude. That's the only explanation that makes sense to me.
But then, but listen, if he's not going to do the voice, but then he said, "Let's go." Why? Why did you even do that then? Because obviously that was your nod to his original voice. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what irritates me. I don't know. But I am excited for it. I'm going to keep an open mind. I just thought it was hysterical that people think that Rainbow Road is them being woke and that Peach being a boss is somehow
Peach is too breathy.
Well, to me, to say that Chris Pratt is the voice of Mario is still a stretch because his voice doesn't match the character. That would be my argument. Would be like, but like if you don't want I think they could have gotten like let's say they didn't want Charles Martinet because they didn't want to have those kind of voices into that movie, but they needed to find someone else that matches better for their character. I think there could have been other better options. Yeah. But
Wait a
like,
minute. I disagree with that because as someone who played a character for so long and they said, hey, we want you to play him, but tone it down a bit. He could have absolutely done that.
They could have done the same thing with. They could have done the same thing with, like, you know what they did with Kratos. Like the original version of Kratos was that his name from Living Single, but they said that his style was different than what they were trying to do for the new Kratos, because they wanted a more boisterous thing. I'm sure that, and he had a pretty boisterous voice in itself.
The thing that bothers me though is that there's currently games being made, and he has a voice, so his voice in the game is gonna be different from the movie. And that just bothers the crap out of me.
I wonder if the director, I almost wonder, Joe Pesci busy? Oh, I would love that.
Joe Pesci would be the perfect Toad.
Yeah. Oh my God. No, and I almost wonder if the director was like, let's imagine in another metaverse that we took a video game based off of something in our universe, and this is their universe. And so they don't actually talk like that all the time. And so that's kind of where I'm going with it. And that's why I'm keeping an open mind. But I agree. The voices don't really match. I think Luigi's a little bit better. I think his match is a little better than Chris Pratt with Mario. And I like Charlie Day. I also think they're only showing us the footage of her being more mentory for Mario, right? Like she's trying to teach him. So of course she's going to be breathy because he's pissing her off. She's exhausted. She's like, God damn it, man. Just figure out how to go through this thing already, you know?
Well, Mario looks like he just got transported to the Mushroom Kingdom for the very first time.
Right.
So he's definitely a stranger into this world. So he's trying to he's trying to adapt.
And it does not seem that they are brothers. At least by blood. From what I gathered, it didn't seem like they recognized each other or anything like that. And like,
I disagree. They do.
No,
I think when Bowser is holding him and pulling his little mustache, he's like, I think he's being sassy. Like, of course I don't know somebody with the same mustache and a hat with the letter on their head. He's being sassy, and I think that's for us adults. In case you're taking your kid, I think that's you know how Shrek does
apparently
adult
I don't have an adult
jokes
mind
throughout. You know,
you really don't.
No. What happened?
I wonder what happened.
The whole thing. Okay, like I think overall is this. The movie looks amazing.
I can't wait to watch it.
Good.
I will be going to see this in theater. This is a 4DX movie.
Hell yeah, we're going.
We're going.
What movie? Okay, here's a question. What movie is not a 4DX movie for you?
Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
It was not.
Not really.
You didn't like getting punched in the head? I did.
No. And that there was moments and stuff like that. I don't feel like it enhanced the movie at all. There was too many moments in that film to really be able to have as much fun as we did during Thor: Love and Thunder.
Okay. I want to know, because every time you always say, every time there's a movie that's coming out, the catchphrase is like, this is a 4DX movie.
I blame Snake Eyes.
That's his fault. Okay.
And he still hasn't come to watch a 40X movie with us yet. Shame.
I know.
So he's the one that introduces it to you, but he's never.
No, he's gone. But he has. Yeah, we have not. We've never met IRL. We probably live like 5 minutes away, I bet.
That hurts. So would you think that Chris Tucker would be a better Mario?
Chris Tucker? What? That's not a real question, is it?
No, it's not a real question. No.
But Ravage did ask, what does Mario smell like? And I can tell you exactly, because my dad has that cologne and aftershave in his drawers in his house. It's Guido cologne is what we call it. It's an aftershave.
Oh my gosh.
But they put it on their face and on their wrist. That's what he smells like. That's what I've always imagined since I was a kid, was the cologne and aftershave my dad used in like his first year of college, and he still has it. And it just smells like straight alcohol and a little bit of scent. But that's what he smells like. You're welcome. I answered your question.
There you go. This is freaking hilarious. Well, no, I'm definitely gonna pick. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch this. I don't care.
Rabbit, I'd cry if they did that.
It's gonna be something. You know what they need to do? They need to also show like do not of the original Super Mario Brothers movie. The original
That'd be amazing.
One,
that would be
back
amazing.
in '91 when they didn't know what the hell was going on.
They did not. Okay, Dennis Hopper as King Koopa. Come on now.
That's King Koopa, yeah. And then John Leguizamo as Luigi, and
which was amazing.
Yeah, that is so crazy to think about that he was Luigi. And who was it? Bob Hoskins?
Bob Hoskins, yeah.
Yeah, it was Mario. Oh, freaking hilarious. Yep. Great movies that no one will ever watch. We need to do like a let's watch of that.
I know, that would be fantastic.
Or if we can, with Smitty's poll, that's a 4D movie.
That was, wait, they brought up a great point, and I disagree that Wakanda Forever was not a good 4D movie because the smells in different areas was so intense. I was like, Adam, do you smell that? Do you smell that? Like when we went into different areas, the scent that they pumped in made it so much better for me.
Yeah.
And the district car. That's what it's called.
Has there been like a 4D movie where like the scents are just going so strong and then they're like, smells like ass or some kind of thing.
I can't wait for like a Guardians of the Galaxy movie and they fart or something and then they pump that in. We're all like,
wow. They did just see the trailer for Volume 3.
I didn't see the trailer. I haven't
seen it.
Oh, you guys gotta watch.
Okay.
I'll watch.
I watched the Christmas special too. That was good. I enjoyed it. Okay. Yeah, that was good.
All right, Smitty, why don't you close this off?
I'll wrap it up here. No problem. I'll wrap it up here. So I think we talked about this a little bit, or the fact that it should be. You're not supposed to see that. And basically, it's been announced that they are going to be making, excuse me, a Sifu live action film. I would say in gaming, one of the greatest freaking just scenes that again kind of mirrored the Daredevil scene in the hallway was from the game Sifu. I would not be surprised if they had already basically planned on doing this and somebody was like, this would be a great idea for a game, and then they just came out with a game first. But they plan on doing this, and they just hired on what's his name? I just lost it. I'm so sorry. Here it is. The film. So the developers partnered with film studio Story Kitchen to produce the film, and John Wick creator Derek Kolstad has been attached to work on the screenplay. So this is still very much so. Obviously, it's not. I was just joking. This is still very early in terms of the process for films, but I'm excited to see this, like the game. And again, I still have to finish this game, but the premise of it alone, you have one life to live to basically go through this whole thing. I don't know how much they'll pull from the actual game, but there's definitely a lot of story to be told just within the little bit of game that I've already experienced. The different bosses, the whole group, obviously martial arts and all that stuff is something that's always been I feel like it's a popular genre, or I've enjoyed it personally.
I think it definitely is.
Yeah.
I mean, I did martial arts and I love watching martial arts movies. Like,
I don't know too many people that don't.
So fascinated. Yeah. I don't know anything about Sifu, if I'm being honest. Heard what you guys said, and for the longest time I was like, is it called seafood? What are they talking about? You're welcome. But
Sifu is a game that Smitty will never ever beat because it's too hard.
I will beat it. I will beat it in spite of Davis.
No,
because that is the only motivation I need, son.
You can't beat it? Hold my Red Bull.
I did it because someone told me that he doesn't believe that I can.
Basically. That is like literally the story of my life. Same. Yeah, but no, this is like I am pumped for this, and again, having somebody that's worked on the John Wick series, I'm curious to see. Again, obviously there's going to be casting that will be involved with it. There's going to be they're just starting to work on screenplay. I don't think they have a director or anything like that attached to this, so This is very much in the early stages of pre-production, but it's exciting to know that this is something that they're going to be working on, and I'm curious to see where it ends up landing, and if it's something that you guys would check out. Plus, I think this could also have kind of that cyberpunk effect where people watch this if they haven't played the game, and maybe it makes them want to pick up the game and play it.
I hope so. I mean, the game is a great game when it came out earlier this year, and like who will say no to a good martial arts movie? I mean, seriously. I mean, like, if it's especially if they give you, what I'd rather like to see it more is I'd rather like to see it more of a show than a movie, like a series. Right. Like,
that makes
because
sense.
I think a series would be a lot better for that, in my opinion. But I mean, beggars can't be choosers.
I agree
in this sense. But
maybe it leads to that.
Yeah, but like I think that yeah, I mean, the imagination is like there's no floor to the imagination of what they could do, especially with the choreography. You have a really good choreographer, like, if John Wick choreographer is going to be a part of it too, mixes all this, yeah, or any of these kind of folks, the ceiling is high for what to expect on this now. Yeah, I mean, I just can't see. I just can't see it being like 100. I just don't know what to expect is what I'm worried about.
Right.
Because the game, like, for instance, like I'm thinking like video game movies have always been, national, universally terrible. And let alone when they do crazy things like what they did at the Halo TV show and stuff, like if they do something that's crazy
take it easy.
that. I mean, that's dude. You've seen
that. Wasn't that bad? That wasn't that bad. I feel like people hated on that way more than they should have.
I'm not even a big Halo. I'm not even big into Halo itself. But when I was watching it, there was enough that would be that made me like, wow, this doesn't even feel like this is Master Chief. And if I am saying this, because I haven't played a lot of Halo myself, but I know about Master Chief, enough about Master Chief. I don't think it was great. It was good. It was a good rendition of it. I mean, the other one that I'm looking forward to is Gears of War, the Netflix series that's coming out with Batista, is going to be a good one too. But that one I feel like I like that one. I can't wait to see how this one is. But I guess it's more like I got to go with the approach of see it to believe it. But if it's an old school martial arts style like what it was in the game, I don't think it's going to be much to fail there, in my opinion.
I love martial arts movies. I don't know. I've never been like a rom-com kind of gal. I loved watching old westerns and martial arts movies with my dad. And so, I've kind of continued that as an adult. And it's a good way to get dust off my back to watch a rom-com. I'm like, actually, let's watch martial arts instead. You want to watch Ip Man again? Yeah, let's do that.
You're telling me you want to watch Ip Man over Waiting to Exhale?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Can't do it. I'm not if I ever have to watch The Notebook again, I'm gonna bash my head into a wall. How
about Once Upon a Time in China versus How Stella Got Her Groove Back?
The Notebook, though, I only watched it that one time, but
okay,
I can't. Anyway,
okay.
No, I think they could do a really good job. I think that I agree with you. It seems I'm just watching without sound, but there seems to be a lot of dialogue, and with movies, and I think the reason a lot of video game movies fail is because you have to create the scene, you have to create the arc of the main characters, right? And there's a lot that needs to happen in a short period of time, and I think a lot of the times it would do them more justice to do it as a series. So I'm curious how they will take Sifu, adapt that to a movie, because again, you have to have these character arcs in a short period of time, and you have to have the person watching believe that this is capable of happening, right? And so maybe they only do a small portion of the game, and then that opens up to a series or a series of movies that could then lead to more games on in the future. Because again, a lot of video games not so great as movies, and I watch them and I'm like, I don't have expectations because that's just a future disappointment. And and like, cool, Monster Hunter, that wasn't very good. What did y'all do? You could have done so much with that.
Ravage says,
You
"How will we ever watch Eat, Pray, Love?"
We'll never eat, pray, love. You can eat, pray, love. I'll be in the other room.
Oh,
well, and something to mention too. This was a live action trailer, I believe, that was created for the game. So this is not actual footage. My biggest thing though would be, because I feel like as a series, that's too much of a commitment. I think that people don't want to make to the story, and that longevity. So I think it fits fine as a one-off story. And again, if you're familiar with this, basically, this guy, his Sifu dies. He's trying to get back and get revenge on the people that killed his Sifu. And every time he's got this charm or this medallion that he's wearing, and every time he gets killed, it ages him. And it keeps stacking on top until basically he's an old man, and then that's where it's like very much, that's where it's kind of like a Souls game where like it's hard as fuck, because like you gotta like I'm still on a stupid ass second level because I can't get past to the second level without being at least 60 years old, and it's bullshit.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
I know what I'm playing when I come over to your house.
It's so trash. No, it's not. Apparently, it's not. Apparently, I just don't know how to block and parry and shit.
Yeah, just learn how to block and parry, then you'll be fine. Jesus.
That's what I thought I did.
It's like
I would check this out though. I think that
he passed the first stage. Finally, how old is he? Oh, he gained like 40 years of experience.
No, I was 20. I think I was 20 after the first level. When I got to the second level, and I age 40 years every time I get into that second level. You just have to run it over and over and over again. Games like that frustrate me.
Smitty, never change, please.
I know my limits. I will beat this game though, just because David said I won't.
Stuff like that is what keeps me going in life. It's not like, oh, let's find your happily ever after. No, it's that game I can't freaking beat. Okay, Wishbone. This is your Wishbone, Smitty. You will never get over it. I promise.
This is not my Wishbone. There are plenty. Yo,
I hate it.
I let Metal Gear Solid 5 sit for like 8 years. This isn't even close to this. This came out this year. Or last year, whenever it came out.
Smitty disappointed children on Extra Life for not finishing it in time.
No, I didn't. I did finish it in time.
No, you didn't. You remember we betted you went a little bit past.
No, I didn't. I did finish it in time, but I still did the donation. What are you talking about? Remember, I did it. I know. I finished it before that.
No, I know that. But remember, you and I betted, and then just to say that you never, but you didn't beat that bet. You donated because you knew you didn't beat it. Then you still didn't beat it until Lex bet you again for the same
was the following
game,
year,
which you did bet. Yeah,
yes,
so that's
right. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
Because you thought you were done. You were like, hell yeah. And then
that's right.
More.
And then it was like chapter 2. And I was like, what? That was chapter 1? That was chapter 1? That was a whole ass game.
Like,
you called us at 1 a.m, like all hyped about it.
Stoked.
I did.
You're like, I did it. I beat it. And we're like, no, you fucking didn't, buddy.
You just started, sir.
You just started.
Oh, that was brutal. That was brutal. That like took my soul straight at me.
Yeah.
That was the night you died
hilarious.
Internally, and I felt that. I understood. I get it. It happens.
It's okay. It's a
tutorial
we all
done.
have to get disappointed at some point. Basically.
There you go.
Straight
my God.
Yeah,
folks.
I'll watch that. That'll be good.
Yeah. Folks, thank you for listening to episode number 158 of the CFG Game Cast. Thank you for being a part of the conversation as always. We will be back again for our very last episode of the year 2022. We will have an awesome one about our favorite games, our favorite games of 2022, and the most disappointing game of for each individual for 2022. So definitely stay tuned on that one. But if you did miss this podcast episode, That is perfectly fine. We release it on podcast at the beginning of each and every week on Mondays on all podcast services like Apple, Google Podcast, Stitcher Radio, so much more. So there is absolutely no reason to miss out on all sexy voices.
Oh boy.
Guys, thank you so much, and we'll be back again next week, as I said. And then prior to that, we'll be in early 2023 with some more awesome content. But be sure to check out our main website, freaksandgeeks.com, for all the awesome other geeky content out there. So once again, this is Davis, Lex, and Smitty signing off. Y'all take it easy.
Bye.